So we had completed up till step number 6, that is the design for the secondary reinforcement. Now from today on, we are going to start the new step, that is the check for the shear. We are continuing with the last sum only, that is the second sum for the staircase. So now our seventh step, that is check for shear. So in this step, first of all, we need to calculate the, already we had calculated the shear force. See, shear force here got, that is 75.53 for the landing and mid landing. That shear force value only we are going to use for checking the shear. So the maximum shear you had got, that is 75.53 kilonewton, and the value of width, that is B, you are going to assume it as 1000 mm, and the D is 175 mm. So from that you need to calculate tau V. Tau V will be VU by BD. VU is your shear force and B and D already values we are taken. तो उसमें से आपको tau V की वैल्यू मिलेगी, that will be 0.4316 megapascal, and percentage minimum already you had calculated in the last step. So from IS 456 2000 for M25 grade and for percentage 0.766, you will get the value for tau C as 3.1 megapascal. So आपको एक बार tau C मिल गया. So after getting the tau C, you have to take the value for K, that is constant. So again this value you are going to take from the IS 456 2000. So D for D 200, the value for the constant K comes up to be 1.2. उसके बाद में K into tau C you are going to calculate. So K into tau C आपको मिलता है, K की वैल्यू आपने 1.2 ली and tau C you had got, that is 3.1. So K into tau C आपको मिलता है 3.72 megapascal. So as tau V is less than K into tau C, your design is safe for the shear. Already half of the step we had done in the earlier lecture, but since many of the students were not there, so I've repeated the step number 7. Now the last step for the second problem of the staircase is check for deflection. So the formula for deflection, for checking the deflection, is Fs will be equals to 0.58 Fy into AST required upon AST provided. For this formula, you need to refer page number 38 of your IS 456 2000. So Fs will be equals to 0.58. The value for Fy is 415, as you had used 415 steel grade, and AST required you had got, that is 1267.7, and AST provided आपको मिला था 1340.412. So from that value of Fs comes up to be 227.65 megapascal, and percentage minimum already you had calculated, that is 0.766%, and MFT already, MFT modification factor. So modification factor you should have taken between 1.2 to 1.6. In most of the books they are taken 1.2, and in most of the books they are taken 1.4 to 1.5. So for safer side, we will consider the minimum value for the modification factor, and as we are going to design for the simply supported slab. So for simply supported slab, the D will be L effective by 20 MFT. So we will consider 20 MFT. So MFT is nothing but the modification factor. And for the safer side, you have to consider the minimum value for modification factor, that will be 1.2. L effective is nothing but the effective length you had calculated in the very first step of your sum. So L effective आपको मिला था 3730 upon 20 into modification factor. You are going to consider, after doing the calculation, आपको D की value मिलती है 155.416, which is less than your earlier D that you have taken in the step number 1, when you are started with the design of landing and mid landing. Part B जब consider किया था, At that time, you had considered the value of D as 175. So it is less than that value. So your design is safe over here. So your design is safe for the deflection. So this is the last step for your sum. Now proceeding with the design. As you can see over here as you can check, those who were present in the last lecture, as you can check here, 10 phi at the rate of 150 mm center to center. This is nothing but the main reinforcement that you are provided for the flight. फ्लाइट के लिए जो आपने मेन रेनफोर्समेंट प्रोवाइड की थी, दैट इज दिस वन. दिस इज योर मिड लैंडिंग लेवल and this is your main reinforcement for the flight. That is, the spacing is 150 millimeter center to center. This is your secondary reinforcement, that is 8 phi at the rate of 200 millimeter center to center. And this, the reinforcement that you are provided over here, this is the reinforcement, main reinforcement for landing and mid landing. So main reinforcement. Yes, anyone is having any query? Okay. So the main reinforcement for landing and mid landing, आपने provide की थी 16 phi at the rate of 150 millimeter center to center. So that's what they are given over here. The main reinforcement for the landing and mid landing is 16 phi, 16 millimeter diameter you had used at the rate of 150 millimeter center to center. And what is this 200? 200 is nothing but the depth of your vest flap. आपने डेप्थ कितना एज्यूम किया था 200. So that's what they are mentioned over here. And LD is nothing but your development length. As for the staircase, I've told you earlier also, no need to design for the, no need to do the check for the development length. So just you are shown over the here that this is your development length. This is for the flight 1. Then for the second flight, again, here there is your development length, that is LD, and the depth of the waist slab. Again, the depth of the waist slab is provided, that is 200 for the second flight also. And this is the main reinforcement for landing and mid landing. Main reinforcement we are provided, that is 16 millimeter phi at the rate of 150 millimeter center to center is the main reinforcement provided for the landing and mid landing. And this 10 phi, again the main reinforcement for the flight. Main reinforcement for the flight is being provided, that is 10 phi at the rate of 125 millimeter center to center. And this one is your secondary reinforcement, that is for secondary reinforcement we had used diameter, that is 8 phi at the rate of center to center. Again here also 200 is nothing but the your depth of the waist slab. डेप्थ दोनों में आपने सेम प्रोवाइड किए फॉर द लैंडिंग and mid landing also, and as well as for the flight also. Depth is same, that is 200. Then proceeding for the section, this is your XX section. Again in XX section, the main reinforcement is shown for the flight. So main reinforcement for the flight is 10 phi at the rate of 125 center to center, और main reinforcement for the landing and mid landing. अभी लैंडिंग एंड मिड लैंडिंग के लिए मेन रेनफोर्समेंट आपने कितनी प्रोवाइड की थी? The main reinforcement for the landing and mid landing we had provided it as 16 phi at the rate of 150 millimeters center to center. So this is your section XX, and this is the whole detailing of your staircase. So anyone is having any query? Everyone understood up till here? Should I proceed with the third sum? Yes, everyone understood? Oh. So proceeding with the third sum.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, can you scroll up? I want to see that upper diagram again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, understood. Should I scroll it down?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Should I start with the next sum?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So in this sum, again you have to design a dogleg staircase for floor to floor height of 3.1 meter, subjected to a live load of 3 kilonewton per meter square. Here the floor to floor height is given to you, that is 3.1 meter, and the live load they have given you, that is 3 kilonewton per meter square, and the floor finish is given to you, that is 1 kilonewton per meter square. And they have told you to design a flight from plinth beam to mid landing and from mid landing to floor beam. Here उन्होंने specifically they had mentioned you to design a flight from plinth beam to mid landing and from mid landing to floor beam. So accordingly you have to design your dogleg staircase. This is a slightly different problem as you have done it from your second problem. And also they have told you to draw reinforcement detail for both the flights. Here also two flights are there. So for both the flights, you need to draw the reinforcement details. And also, you have to use M20 grade. Here you have to use M20 grade of concrete and Fe415 grade of steel. So, starting with the step number 1, यहाँ पे क्या क्या given है? They had given you the floor to floor height, that is 3.1 meter. Live load is given to you, that is 3 kilonewton per meter square, and floor finish is given to you, that is 1 kilonewton per meter square. And they have told you to design a flight from plinth beam to mid landing and from mid landing to floor beam. So, starting with the layout of the staircase. So, first of all, you need to consider the height of the riser. So, as I've already told you that you need to assume the height of riser from 150 to 180 millimeter for residential building and from 120 to 150 millimeter for public building. As they are not mention you anything that whether it is a residential building or whether it is a public building. So we'll consider a residential building only. So after considering the residential building, we are going to assume the height of the riser as 155 mm. So riser की height हमने assume की है 155 mm. So after that, you need to calculate the number of risers. So number of risers, how you will calculate? Floor to floor height. Floor to floor height उन्होंने आपको दी है, that is 3.1 meter. Converting in mm, आपको मिलेगा 3100 upon 115. 115 is nothing but height of riser. So 3100 upon 115. Total number of risers आपको मिलते हैं 20. Total number of risers 20 मिलते हैं, and after that you need to calculate the number of risers in each flight. एक flight में कितने risers है that you need to calculate. So 20 divided by 2, that is 10. So there are total 10 number of risers in each flight. Now risers तो मिल गए. Now how many number of treads are there in each flight? So Number of threads, how you are going to calculate number of threads? Total number of risers minus 1, you are going to get the number of threads. So number of threads, that is number of risers kitne the? 10. 10 minus 1 will be 9. So number of threads, total number of threads are 9 in your each flight. Then the width of thread. Again, you are going to assume the width of thread as 300 mm. Width of thread is 300 mm. Then going distance. Going distance is nothing but the net horizontal distance. That will be number of thread into width of thread. So number of thread kitne the? 9. So 9 into 300, that is nothing but the width of thread. So going distance will be 2700. Again, you need to assume the width of landing or mid landing. So width of landing and mid landing is assumed to be 1000 mm. Width of landing and mid landing आपने कितना assume किया है? 1000. And going distance you had considered it as 2700. Now you need to provide 230 mm. Now you need to provide 230 millimeter wide beam. अभी उन्होंने यहाँ पे again they are not mention you the thickness of the beam. How much beam thickness you have to provide. So again we are going to assume that 230 millimeter wide beam is to be provided at all the levels. At all the levels you have to provide the thickness of 230 millimeter wide beam. So everyone understood up till here? Any queries up till here? Should I proceed further? Any doubts? Yes, I hope everyone understood. Okay. Now, this is the diagram for the sum that we are going to solve. As you can see over here, this is your plinth beam. Plinth beam that is of the 230 millimeter wide thickness. This is your layout of the diagram, layout of the staircase that you are going to solve. So, as we had mentioned as 2700 क्या था हमारा total going distance था. So ये यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का distance is our 2700, that is the total going distance that we had considered. And 1000 is what? 1000 is nothing but the distance of the landing and mid landing. जो हमने 1 meter assume किया था, we had converted it in mm. So this is your distance of landing and mid landing, that is 1000. Now यहाँ पे जो ये बीम शोन किए हैं that is of the size 230 mm. So L effective for this particular flight, L effective will be the distance from here up till here. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का center तक का distance. So how you will calculate? That is 2700 plus 1000 minus this entire beam's width is 230 mm. So 230 divided by 2. 230 divided by 2, you will get it as 115. So 1000 minus 115, you will get, that is how much? That is 2700 minus 230. So you will get, not 115, 1000 minus 230, as the beam width is 230. So 1000 minus 230, you will get it as 770. So 2700 plus 770, you will get 3470. So this is nothing but the L effective for this particular section. And for this section, here in this section, they have shown you the two flights. So two flights, again, this going distance is 2700. This entire distance is 1 meter. And again, this is your 1 meter. That is the distance of landing and mid landing. So landing or mid landing ka distance is 1 meter that we had assumed earlier. Now you need to calculate the L effective for this one. So how you are going to calculate L effective? That will be 2700. That is distance from here. यहाँ से लेके center तक का distance, यहाँ तक का distance will be your L effective. So is 2700. You have to divide 230 by 2. That is 115. So 2700 plus how much? 770, that is 3470 plus 770. How you will calculate this distance? Can anybody let me know? ये L effective 2 कैसे आया? 4700. Yes, anyone from you? Yes, anyone? Four seven double zero कैसे आया? 4700 is nothing but the entire distance. Entire distance from यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का total distance is 4700. Okay?
मैम वो डेप माइनस थर्ड बाय 2 ऐसा वाला करेंगे क्या?
वो बाद में करेंगे. This is nothing but the entire distance. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का total distance is 4700. That is
2700 plus 1000 plus 1000.
Yes, 2700 plus 1000 plus 1000, that is your 4700. That is the total distance. यहाँ पूरा यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का total distance is your 4700. Now again, this is your plinth level to mid landing level, and this is your typical flight details. So this one is your floor level, that is denoted by FB. This is your landing level and this is your mid landing level. So as you can see, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का distance will be your L effective 2. And this is again your plinth level. This is your MB1 and this is your L effective 1. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का distance will be L effective 1, that is, and L effective 2. That is the L effective 1 is effective length for the flight 1 and L effective 2 is the effective length for the flight 2. And this is your plinth level and this is your floor level. ये जो है यहाँ पे this is your landing level and this is your mid landing level. As they had mentioned you in the question में उन्होंने क्या mention किया है? आपको flight design करना है from plinth beam to mid landing and from mid landing to floor level. So you have to design a 2 flights from plinth beam to mid landing and from mid landing to floor beam. Okay, so understood the layout? Yes, understood layout. Anyone is having any doubt? Yes, reply. Now proceeding with the step number 1. Effective span for the flight 1 and flight 2. Effective span for the flight 1 already we had calculated. Effective span for the flight 1 कितना मिला था हमें 3470 मिला था. And इफेक्टिव स्पैन फॉर द फ्लाइट 2. फ्लाइट 2 के लिए हमने इफेक्टिव कैलकुलेट नहीं किया है. फ्लाइट 2 के लिए यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का डिस्टेंस वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट. मतलब ये बीम के सेंटर से लेके ये लास्ट वाले बीम के सेंटर तक का डिस्टेंस इज योर एल इफेक्टिव 2. तो ये कितना है आपका 230 है. सो 230 डिवाइडेड बाय 2 दैट इज 115. सो 1000 माइनस 115 आपको कितना मिलता है 885. Again this 1000 minus 115 you will get 885. So 885 multiplied by 2 plus 2700. So calculate करके देख लो 885 multiplied by 2 plus 2700 you will get 4470. That will be nothing but the L effective 2. So L effective 1 आपका कितना था 3470. And L effective 2 is your 4470. But for designing purpose, you have to consider the greater L effective value from the above two. दोनों फ्लाइट में से जिसकी भी L effective की वैल्यू ज्यादा है that you have to consider for the design. So since the effective span of the flight 1 and flight 2 is different, you will always consider the greater value while calculating the depth of the slab. So as I have told that we are going to design for the simply supported one. So for simply supported D will be L effective upon 20 into modification factor. So L effective value is 4470 upon 20 into modification factor. For upper side we are going to consider 1.2 or 1.3. So modification factor we are going to assume it as 1.3. So आपको D की value मिलती है 171.9 mm. After calculating D, you are going to assume the cover. Cover you are going to assume it as 25. So the effective cover you are going to get it as 25. So capital D will be 171.9 plus cover. So D you are going to get it as 196.9 mm. So approximately will be equals to 200 mm. Then you have to deduct the cover from this D. So small d you are going to get it as 175 mm. So we are calculated the depth, effective depth. So after calculating the depth, for the step number 2, we are going with the loading calculations. After calculating depth, proceeding with the step number 2, that is loading calculations. So first of all, सबसे पहले हम क्या करेंगे? We are going to design for the flight. Whatever loads that are available on the flight, we are going to design for that. So सबसे first step में we are going to do for the self weight of the waist slab. So the formula to calculate the self weight on the waist slab is D into 25 into X by T. So abhi D, just now you had calculated the value for D. So the D is 200 mm. So convert it in meters. So 0.2 into 25 into X. Now, how you are going to calculate the value for X? Yes, anyone from you? Already you had calculated the two problems. So, any one of you can tell me X कैसे calculate करोगे? Yes, Tanveer, how you will calculate X? See here.
मैं Pythagoras.
Yes, Pythagoras theorem. तो कैसे करोगे? आपने height of the riser कितना लिया है? 155. And width of the tread आपने कितना लिया है? 300. So under root of 155 square plus 300 square, you will get the value for X. So under root of 155 square plus 300 square, you will get the value for X after applying the Pythagoras theorem. तो x की वैल्यू मिलती है आपको 0.337 upon tread, that is 300. Again you have to convert it in meter, so 0.300. so यहाँ पे आपको सेल्फ वेट ऑफ द वेस्ट स्लैब मिलता है, that is 5.628 kilonewton per meter square. Then you are going to calculate the dead load on the slab. So for calculating the dead load on the slab, you are having the formula, that is 1/2 R into T, that is riser into tread into 24 upon tread. So 1/2 into riser is 0.155, tread is 0.3 into 24 upon tread, that is 0.3. So dead load of slab, you are going to get it as 1.86 kilonewton per meter square. After calculating the dead load, you are going to calculate the floor finish. So floor finish, the formula to calculate the floor finish is R plus T by T into 1. So R is nothing but the riser, that is 0.155. T is tread, that is 0.3 by 0.3 into 1. So floor finish आपको मिलता है 1.517 kilonewton per meter square. After going floor finish, live load. Live load, already it is given in the question, that is 3 kilonewton per meter square. तो ये चारों का एडिशन करने के बाद you will get the total load. So total load will be dead load on the west slab as well as your self weight on the west slab, that is 5.628. Then dead load on the slab, that is 1.86, plus your floor finish, that is 1.517, plus live load, that is 3. You will get the total load as 12.005 kilonewton per meter square. For factor load, you need to multiply it by 1.5. So 12.005 into 1.5 आपको मिलता है factor load, that is 18 kilonewton per meter square. So this is nothing but the load on the flight. So load on the flight आपको कितना मिलता है 18 kilonewton per meter square. Now you need to calculate the loads on landing and mid landing. So anyone is having any doubt कि load on flight में किसी को कुछ doubt है? If you are having any of the query, you can ask. Okay. What about others? All the others are also understood. Okay. Yes, Anis, Fateh, you had understood? Okay, then we'll proceed further. That is loads on landing and mid landing. Now, how to calculate the loads for landing and mid landing? So, सबसे पहले you need to calculate again self weight on the west slab. So, for calculating self weight on the west slab, D into 25, D depth is 0.2 into 25, that will be 5 kilonewton per meter square. After calculating the self weight, floor finish already given in the question. Floor finish for landing and mid landing is given to you in the question, that is 1 kilonewton per meter square. And also the live load is given to you, that is 3 kilonewton per meter square. तो उसपे से total load आपको मिलता है 9 kilonewton per meter square. And factor load आपको मिलता है 13.5, 9 multiplied by 1.5. You will get the factor load, that is 13.5 kilonewton per meter square. तो अभी आपने क्या किया? Load on flight calculate किया, as well as load on landing and mid landing you had calculated. Now proceeding further, you need to calculate the shear force and bending moment for whatever you had calculated earlier. So last 1 minute is there. So those who are not given the attendance, give your attendance in the chat box and rejoin the lecture again immediately. We'll complete at least shear force and bending moment diagram for this sum. And if any queries, you can ask. Yes, everyone had given the attendance.